Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, man. I freaking pumped. I am. My freaking heart is pounding. We have got a lot to share and go through. Some exciting things happening, and man, I haven't been this anxious, Big Bear, in a long time before doing one of these presentations. How are you, sir?
I'm awesome, bro, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot been going on, and it's all starting to really come together. We've been able to have a look at some of the new DApp as Delhi's been working on it, and I mean, we'll get to that in a later, but all I can say is, wow. I mean, there's some really amazing stuff being done on in the background. For a small team, it's getting done. Travis and Jubbin are doing an amazing job on their side. You're doing an amazing job on your side with reaching out, getting the contacts, partnerships, etc. And I'm just helping out where I can. So,
well, and hopefully I make it through this, guys. I actually got really sick last weekend. I've worked through it. I went to the doctor. I got drugs. I took them. I finished my prescription, and and I battled through it. So, and I woke up, dude. I woke up this morning. It's the first time in a long time I woke up feeling awesome. But you know what? I haven't talked this much since this morning, and I know that's going to be a trigger. But I think we'll get through this. But so let's go ahead. We're going to move through some of this. We've got several moving parts, so hopefully I don't forget little tidbits, because mostly this presentation is just to kind of trigger thoughts and to remind me, of certain things that we're going to be talking about and updating everybody on. And it looks like we have a pretty good crew on YouTube. We're also streaming this live on Facebook for the first time. I recovered our Facebook pages, so we're going to start integrating Facebook back into some of our engagement and our marketing. And then I also linked this on X, and then maybe, so we can broadcast to LinkedIn, and there's a couple of other ones. But what I need people to do, and we'll put an article out, we'll put some messages out for this on Discord, but we need to get people following our LinkedIn page. We need at least 150 followers on the LinkedIn page, and I think we're like 10 or 15, I don't know. But on the Axion DAO LinkedIn page, we need to get our numbers up so we can actually broadcast live to LinkedIn as well. So, and we're going to be tapping into all of these channels as we move forward, so that we can really start to capture engagement, get eyeballs back on us. And there's a couple more things we'll be sharing and mentioning towards the end of this that will feed into that and how we want to proceed. But I'm going to go ahead and just start kind of going through a little bit of these updates. So this is our weekly report. We have a really awesome soundtrack to share with you. We have a video in production for the soundtrack. This was put together for us by Hermie at MetaRise. So thank you, Hermie. And both Hermie with MetaRise and Dylan with Income Island, they've been going out of their way to help connect us outside of some of the things that we've been doing. And so we'll be capitalizing on that, and we'll be engaging. We do have a few more potential partners that we're having conversations with, but these conversations are slow because, we are doing something very unique. We're doing something, we're attempting to do something a little outside of the box with the DAO here in the United States. So we want to make sure that when people partner with us, they understand the full breadth of exactly what we're doing. So we are going to be launching our engagement campaigns. I anticipate we'll start the first one a week from today. So next Monday, we're looking at using Zeely and Tascon. We wanted to use a few other platforms, but these platforms are so stupid expensive. They go from free to $1,000 a month, or sometimes more. And sometimes, and there's a couple platforms, they want you to pay 3 months up in advance. So basically they want their money if you're going to be using that platform. So, but we've isolated Zeely and Tascon as potential platforms that we can use to leverage additional engagement, not just engagement from our own messaging. So, and we're going to be sharing something with you here. So, with our partnership with MetaRides, we're going to be doing 3 main series of NFTs. We've got our founding NFTs, if you will, our initial campaign, and we're going to use these NFTs as airdrops to our OGs and to members who currently hold an Axion DAO or an Axion NFT. So as you're engaging in some of our engagement, different protocols and different campaigns, if you own one of the Axion NFTs, then you will automatically qualify for an Axion MetaRides NFT airdrop. These NFTs will represent cars that you can stake in different games, that you can actually apply in different games and drive your car in those games, including the metaverse, including Income Island. So you'll be able to drive your car in Income Island at a future release. They're in the process. They're in the process of building our headquarters in the metaverse. So in Income Island, we're going to have a pretty righteous looking headquarters. And we're going to be able to engage with all the brands that are going in there. Brands like Tootsie, Rogue Bunnies, Interlink, Quick Swap. Quick Swap just did a big deal with Income Island. They are the primary DEX in Income Island. Of course, we've worked with Quick Swap in the past. We were actually considering going Uniswap v3 for our pair and for our DEX, but we are now kind of revisiting possibly doing Quick Swap because Quick Swap just finally launched on base. So we're going to play that card a little close to the chest, but we are going to pursue this possibility with Quick Swap for a much deeper potential partnership with them. And I wrote down Axion Studios here because we are looking to incorporate gamification into some of the stuff we're doing. And we're looking to partner up with other protocols that also have games. And so Axion Studios, if you remember way back when, 2+ years ago when we first started talking about it, we were talking about building our own game way back when. And so we are, yeah. Anyway, so we're pursuing those opportunities with fervor. And we also have our founders NFTs. I think this coming next week, I think we may do another live stream on Thursday. If not, we'll look for announcements because we're not sure yet. But if we can, we'll probably be focusing on some of these NFTs, the airdrops, the upcoming engagement campaign, and our founders NFTs. And for those of you who have been active on Discord, you probably have seen that our SIVA system now is up and running. So we're going to have a brief tutorial coming up in this presentation. I'm going to share with you some stats. And ultimately, we want to encourage everyone to go to support.axiondao.com. That's where you're going to find all of our knowledge base and our roadmap. And you're going to be able to follow along with updates and changes that might occur as we approach those dates. As I said, through MetaRides and Income Island, we are looking at a few other partnerships. And then we're going to have a little bit of a sneak peek at the very end for some of the screenshots for the new DApp. So who's ready? You ready?
Let's do it. Let's go.
I can't remember what the next slide is. So I'm like, okay. So again, visit support.axiondao.com. This is going to be our 50K giveaway is coming up. Fermi with MetaRides put together this really badass soundtrack for us. So the next few slides, I'm going to click through so you can read the words because eventually there will be a video that's just dedicated to this soundtrack. So I'm going to flip through the lyrics where you can follow along and really catch what's being said, because, man, I'm going to tell you, they nailed it. They nailed it so incredibly awesome. I can't tell you how excited I was when we first got this. So
it's pretty awesome. It is really awesome.
So, I did throw this in here just as a real quick update. So this really is a culmination of this partnership, or it's an outward sign of the level at which we are engaging with our partners. So for those of you who missed one of our last live streams, MetaRise is building next generation interoperability in Web 2 and Web 3 gaming. Income Island has created a downloadable metaverse. You can download this metaverse by going to the Microsoft App Store, and it's also available on Mac, but I'm not sure how to get that one. So, and then Stardrogs is bringing movie production and participation in the film industry to the blockchain. And they've already done a couple of movies where they've done this, where holders of their NFTs are actually in their movies, or they get swag from the movies. There's different things they're doing. And I'm really excited to participate with them on this level, especially once we get launched and once we have some of our ducks in a row and we're able to participate in legitimate fundraising for projects, tokens, and NFT projects. So looking forward to that. So with that, who's ready to get lit?
Let's do it.
We ready to ignite. We blasting off tonight.
I can't hear anything, James.
You can't hear it?
No.
I can. Engine sound like a Benz G. Income Islands are rising, the skylines lit. Rocket climb like a rhyme when the lines all hit. Doing D5 better, together forever. Meta rides more like leather than pleather. Migration to base.
Well, let's start over then. Could you hear that? Were you able to hear it now?
I heard the very beginning of the song and I cut away.
Okay, let's see. It's supposed to be...
CC said he could hear it though.
Yeah,
but
yeah. For me, I heard it all the way through.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's restart.
The flight plans drawn. The future is now.
Well, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah, the mic stays on.
Well, why isn't it going for the beginning? Hang on. Okay, let's see if it'll do the beginning.
Yeah. We ready to ignite. We blasting off tonight. Axion DAO in the cloud with the crowd in the frenzy. Pound in the ground, engine sound like a Benz G. Income Islands are rising, the skylines lit. Rocket climb like a rhyme when the lines all hit. Doing D5 better, together forever. Meta rides more like leather than pleather. Migration to base, the flight plans drawn. The future is now. Yeah, the mic stays on. Got a 50K giveaway. Big today. Don't faint from the news, man. You okay? Doing D5 better. Together we stay. We're just getting started. Hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO. Those engines lit. Migration to base. The perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion DAO. 50K giveaway. Fast lane frame. Hey. With the game in the gearbox. Meta rides heat. Make the street lights teardrop. Code mode load like a rhyme in the riddle. Every chain link thick as the bass in the middle. Moon zoom boom when the room gets louder. Axion strong like 4 bars from your router. We don't just chase, we replace that pace. Got the bass so laced they can't trace our race. Got a 50K giveaway, big today. Don't faint from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better, together we stay. We're just getting started, hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO, those engines lit. Migration to base, perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion DAO, 50K giveaway. Fuel in the fuse when the boosters ignite. Income Island, they rockets take flight. Octane flame, every launch stays vital. 50K flip, got the grip on the title. Meta rides drift with the lift on lock. Every tick-tock click, push the rocket clock. This is next gen flex on the ledger page. Axion DAO, future set center stage. Got a 50K giveaway, big today. Don't fake from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better, together we stay. We're just getting started, hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO, those engines lit. Migration to base, the perfect fit. Future of
If you couldn't, whoa, come on.
We ready to ignite. We
No, that was cool.
Yeah,
That
I
was
couldn't hear
cool.
it still, but it's okay. I've played it so many times in my office by myself. I almost know the lyrics by heart. So
Very catchy, gets to the point as well. Yeah, it's cool.
yeah, it's a good song. It's got the lyrics are spot on. It's got a good beat. It's made the hair stand up on my arms the first time I heard it. So
let's see. I'm going to go through some comments. I'm just making sure. So Scully says he could hear it, so that's good. That's important. I hope it was the volume was good too, because yeah, we're excited about that. And so I've got someone working on an actual promo video that will go with that we can play and post and share and tweet about and everything else. So yeah, that's in the works. And I need a little agua. So, and that's just the beginning there. We've got a couple more things to share with you in that respect. Another little video that MetaRide's put together for us. But we're going to talk a little bit about our engagement campaigns. So what this 50K giveaway is it's basically we're gonna have this marketing campaign. It's going to go over the next 6 months, which is why we're hoping to have a good solid month or longer before we launch. We do have a meeting coming up tomorrow. We may be extending the launch date a little bit, specifically so we can start this marketing campaign and really get people pumped up and get eyeballs on. We're finally starting to see eyeballs on us in a much more measurable way. I've got some stats that I'll share with you here shortly that kind of show those numbers, and they're not the numbers you would expect when you come and visit the Discord server, and you don't see a whole lot of engagement. Although we did have some pretty good engagement over the weekend. We had several people coming in for a little while there. So we're going to be giving away this 50K giveaway is going to be a 6-month long campaign. It's going to involve engagement farming. It's going to involve getting people to join the server, to share the things that we're doing, and there's going to be a lot of quests in this process, and our partners are going to be participating in this big time, as you can see with what MetaRide's just put together for us. So it's going to be some exciting times, but ultimately I think where we're at now, and we've kind of known this from the beginning. I don't know if you noticed in some of the slides I pulled out, the 90 days to base, turning out to be a little more figurative than literal, but it has, we've learned a lot of lessons along the way. We've actually learned things along the way that we've wanted to be mindful of and actually incorporate into what we're doing. So every time we add a layer, it just adds a little bit more time to what we're doing. Specifically when it comes to, one of my goals is when people come to the DApp and they come to the website, that it's a real simple process to walk through, that it's not overwhelming or it's not stressful, it's not confusing, and you can easily do whatever it is you came to do, whether it's to learn about the DAO, whether it's to participate in the DAO, whether it's to engage in the DAO, or partner with the DAO. So we want to have, and depending on what your interest is when you first come to the homepage, will definitely affect the path that you are taking down as we go through that process. And of course, you're going to always be able to find the other paths pretty easily, but we want to be able to keep people focused and not distracted too much when they're trying to learn exactly what's happening here with everything that we're doing. So one of the I mentioned this a minute ago. We're gonna kind of reiterate this. So as we launch these engage to earn farming campaigns, this engagement campaign, anyone participating in this, in fact, I think it's the first 180 members who hold an NFT. It doesn't matter. It's going to be if you hold any NFT already for Axion, you're going to be automatically eligible for one of the MetaRise NFT airdrops. So this isn't something that you may or may not win. If you're one of the first 120 that go through the process, engage in some of our campaigns, and then report back to us, we'll have a special form. We'll have a form that you just got to go in there and fill it out. You will automatically be set up to receive one of these MetaRides NFT airdrops. And then we're going to have a couple of future campaigns. And to those who are hanging out with us, just got a little leak for you. Axion DAO is going to have one of the first hover cars that will be in the games and everything else that they're doing in Income Island and with MetaRides. So, and that'll probably be released with our second campaign. And then we're going to have a third campaign. So we have three major campaigns that we're going to be doing with MetaRides and Income Island over the next few months. So keep that in mind. So it says play promo. See, I have a little trigger there to remind me, Big Bear. And hopefully this one works. So this is a little asset that another one that Hermie threw together for us. And I really liked it. So we're just going to play this out. See, man, I told you, Matt. So I was sharing this with Big Bear right before we got started. This is one of the first live streams that we've done where I wasn't sure if I had stage fright or if I was just so amped up from everything that we're able to finally start kind of tapping into and sharing with the community. It's that energy. That's the energy that we're going to start really capitalizing on and building out from this point forward. So hopefully you're going to see more of that, especially with our engagement campaigns. These are these videos and these soundtracks and some of these images and everything else. This is what people are going to be required to help share and to really kind of get out on X and TikTok. That's the only thing I haven't looked into yet is TikTok. I've managed to stay away from TikTok all the way up until now, but I'm told TikTok is somewhere we need to be. So if anybody here is a TikToker who wants to share some insights, hit me up in Discord, open up a ticket, and I'd love to chat with you about that. So that's a whole new universe for myself. So yeah, we'll just play that by ear, but totally getting excited. But here you go. So this is just some of the images we have right now. So we're going to have, I think what we're going to do is we're going to be doing 180 cars in our first round. But there's going to be 21 of ones. So 21 of ones. And then we're going to have avatars and garages. Now, in the first campaign, we're not going to do any of the garages. And we're only going to do 50 of the avatars. Not sure how we're going to do the avatars yet. We might once we have our 180 winners, we might randomly airdrop one of those to we'll do one of those like Twitter dial, the Twitter dials where it automatically picks winners for you. So we'll figure something out. But these avatars are what you would be able to walk around as one of these drivers in the metaverse. So, and there's going to be other areas where where that you'll be able to use them, and then you'll have your garage. And this is kind of what the garages will look like. We're talking high end, off the rails, just incredible use of the metaverse, gamification, and NFTs. We're really culminating all of these concepts that we've been hearing about, and some are doing it out there, some are doing it well, but we hope to, as we really hone in on this partnership and these opportunities, we really hope to really do a dynamic shift in how this plays out. For instance, Axion DAO will have one of the first cars in the showroom, the Metarize showroom, which already exists now in Income Island, and we'll be right up there with Tootsie and QuickSwap and Rogue Bunnies and Interlink and the like. So we're going to be one of the main cars that sits in that showroom. And so getting really excited about this. I mean, isn't that a beautiful shot right there? I mean, who would not?
That's so awesome. Yeah, that's such an awesome look.
Who would not want to have one of those freaking vehicles, right? Awesome. So I'm going to keep going here. I'm not sure. I typically try to have notes on the side so I know what slides are coming up, but I just didn't have time to put that together. So sweet. Okay. So when it comes to the engagement campaigns that we're going to be running, a lot of them and most of them will be driving people to our Discord. So we're going to come up with a couple of roles that will prevent people from spamming the heck out of our Discord, but also give them an opportunity to really engage and to participate in what, Axion DAO is doing. And part of the control mechanisms that we're going to be putting in place is SIVA directly on Discord. So right now, SIVA is working. You can actually go in and you can register your wallet, and it will see the NFTs you have. And if you're missing a role, it will fill the role in. But be mindful, if you don't have the NFT anymore, it will be looking to see if you have NFTs. And if you don't have them, but you have the role, unfortunately, the role will go away. So you have to have one of the NFTs still. I know we have a lot of OGs that sold their NFTs, which is cool. That's great. But if you sold those NFTs, you no longer qualify for that role. So what I'm going to be doing, I've got like too many of just about every one of them. So I'm going to be putting a portion of my collection up, $10 an NFT or something silly, just a token cost, so that if you want to get those rolls back, just find one of those NFTs on the second market. So we want to try to revitalize our secondary market, even on Polygon. And those NFTs will stay on Polygon. It's important to understand they're going to stay on Polygon, but we're still going to be able to incorporate them into roles and into other things that we're doing to promote the DAO. So there's going to be new NFTs on Base, and there's going to be new ways of incorporating or paying homage to those NFTs. If you hold any Axion DAO NFT, whether it's a Phoenix or the Diamond Hand or the what's the big orange one with the spinny thing? I can't think anyway. Anyway, if you hold any of those NFTs, you're going to be able to get starter packs for some of the things we're doing on Base. There's going to be a lot of different things that you're going to be able to do. So we're going to still pay homage to that original participation in the protocol. So I'm going to say this right now, guys. Got a comment on here. And it won't give me the thing. So I'm going to say this real quick. If you're only going to come into the Discord to throw shade, if you're only going to come in on our live streams and throw shade, there was a time when we were really tolerant of that, but we're getting to a point where, and we put in so much work that we really don't have any energy for that. And so we'll put you into a limited role, or we'll mute you. And just so you know, if you're muted or if you're in a limited role, you can still open a ticket and have a conversation with us. But the days of dealing with all this negative vibes, we understand. The past is the past. Things have happened, but we're a new team. We're a new direction. We have plenty of reserves to build out everything that we're doing, and we have every intention of executing those things. And I'll just leave it at that. So
I'll chime in for 1 second here. What you said was perfectly phrased. What I will say is this: what is being built right now is going to be so, I don't know what the word is, maybe counterintuitive or counterproductive to what the crypto space looks like. I see it more prevalent in this cycle than the last cycle, but what's happened is the entire space has become very much a PvP, or a player versus player mentality. And that drives me nuts, because crypto was invented to free people, just not certain people, but free everybody from financial constraint and freedom to transact, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What we're doing is we're creating an ecosystem that is going to take away the PvP aspect from this project. It will encourage people to be good actors and behave well and operate within the ecosystem with integrity, and in a sense where if everybody moves in the same direction together, we all win. It's not about who can outsmart the next guy or just stuff like that. It just drives me nuts. We want to make sure that people are coming into this project and this ecosystem, and they're all adhering to a collective thought. Whatever they do, we're all moving together, and we're all moving together to achieve success. So that's kind of like the thing that I'm most excited about, is what's being built. It's going to ensure that good actors and good behavior are rewarded handsomely, and people who are operating nefariously or with malicious tendencies or intent are not going to be able to fare well in this ecosystem. They will not get away with it, because what is being built is being very meticulously thought about. Some of the things that I've seen Delhi post for us to look at has been jaw-dropping, to be quite honest. He's really covering all the bases to support this entire ethos that I hope I'm not butchering it, but I'm trying to explain it as best as I can. And that's kind of what I'm just most excited about. I'm excited about reviving this ecosystem so that everybody can win. And the people that aren't here to be kind to their fellow community member and move all in the direction as everybody else and support one another, well, you can take a hike, because you're not going to do well in the ecosystem if your intentions are not for good. So
yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
No, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the backup comments on that, because really, I can't emphasize this. There was, like I said, there was a time when I had a lot of tolerance for that, and we've turned a lot of hearts around. But at this point, if you can't take a look at what we're doing now and see the value, then I just don't have the time or the energy to sit there and respond to all these negative comments. And I was just looking through, so we get this little thread when we're doing this broadcast, and it shows comments, and typically it shows comments for people on YouTube. But I just realized, and I was having a problem with one of the comments, and I just realized we've got comments coming from Facebook, we've got comments coming from X, and we got comments coming from YouTube. And I'm wondering, Cece, go over and look to see if it shows any stats on the X on Twitter, because I know.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter now, but I can't see, because I've reposted it. but I can't see any comments showing up on mine.
Okay, well, I think it would show up in the thing, but so I'm going to show this real quick.
Chat.
So there's this comment. This one's coming from Facebook. What is Axion doing to bring back the interest that will rise the price of Axion? You know what? I mean, read the support docs. That's all I can say. Read the support docs. If you want to know what we're doing, read the support docs, because there's just too much to say in one answer on that. But I just think it's pretty cool that we've got this question coming from Facebook. And then we've got Dylan from Star Dogs. He's hanging out with us here on
What's up, Dylan?
Nice. So we got, and so you can see that down in the corner there's an X on that PFP. Here you've got Facebook on the PFP. What happened to Axion price? Silly questions don't deserve answers. And then of course we've got right here on YouTube, September is going to be glorious. And I don't know if you, Augustine, I don't know if you caught that. There is a good chance we're going to be bumping out the launch. I'm not sure how much, but we want to have a good 6 to 8 solid weeks of marketing to really get all the eyeballs on us, so that when we do relaunch on base, we have maximum impact. So we are going to play that by ear. We are going to make sure that we are wholly prepared for anything, and we're fully tested in all that we're doing. So just want to kind of point that out. So, but we're going to go back here. We back up a little bit. So on the Discord, if you go to Discord, Steve is going to help us with role management. You can earn EAXND. So you can start earning AXND now prior to our launch. You won't be able to convert it to AXND until we've launched and we've decided what the conversion rate is. We're thinking probably something like for every 100 AXND that you earn on Discord, you'll get an actual AXND. And the other kind of cool thing is tipping is going to be back. So you can actually tip right now. You can tip ETH or Bitcoin, but we're going to have AXND on there. And so for those OGs who were here in the heydays, you're going to be able to tip your EAXND. And you'll be able to tip reward points. And if you really want to, you can tip actual crypto. You'll be able to tip ETH or Bitcoin or whatever you want to tip. So that's really exciting. But if you go to, we've got a new thread I just set up today. It's under community engagement. It's called account management. You want to just click on my account. That's all you have to do. You don't have to know how to get this to launch. You don't have to go in. Once you have your account page up, you'll click on the tab that says wallets. Now, if you are not 2AF, you're going to have to set up 2AF. We are now allowing transactions to happen through Discord. So you have to have 2AF set up. You're going to have to set up a PIN or 2AF. There's a couple of different things you can do. That's just to protect your account. That is not to do we don't get any of that information. That is literally to protect your account. So someone can't just log on because every time you go in to do something like tipping, or if you go in to do any kind of advanced engagement, you are going to have to prove that you are the owner of that account every time. So we felt especially when people are going to be accessing the blockchain through Discord, this is something really critical that we felt was going to be important to have set up. So, but you can check out your earnings. I'm told with the next update that the level function, which doesn't get a whole lot of usage, is going to go away. And then we're going to have daily quests. We're going to have weekly quests. We're going to have monthly quests. There's going to be so many different opportunities for you to actually engage with each other and with the platform and with our DApp. So, so you can do that now. You can go to the Discord. You can set up your account. You can attach your wallet. It will see your what NFTs you have. It will give you roles according to those NFTs, and then you can go from there. So, real exciting. It took quite a while to get that fully up and running. Now, if you used to participate in the old SIVA engage to earn system, you can actually still go over to SIVA or any of their other partners. So not everybody is white labeling their engagement platform. We're white labeling our engagement platform. But if you visit those other sites, guess what? All the engagement you earned on the Axion Discord will be transferable and usable on those other servers. So and then this is really another thing that's pretty awesome. When we make Axion DAO token available to tip on SIVA and on our Discord, it will also show up on every single, there's like 200 plus servers right now running SIVA. It will show up as an option to claim on other platforms as well. So this is next level stuff. So we're really excited about that. So it will be basically free marketing on other sites where they can claim or convert their XP or their native tokens to Axion through the system. So that's pretty cool. What do you say?
I think so.
Okay, I think we're getting towards the end actually. Wow, and it doesn't feel like 45 minutes, but this is one of the things I wanted to share with everybody. In one hand, our stats are just way above anything we actually honestly expected them to be. And where they lack is in the engagement. So if you look at the top image there, we are averaging 800, and this is up 100. So we're averaging 849 unique visitors every month to our Discord. That's the average. When I showed these stats last time, it was like 729 or 739. I can't remember what it was. 749. It might have been. I don't know. But we're up. We're averaging about 100 more per month. On a weekly basis, we have 309 people checking out our Discord. So what this tells us is, while people aren't engaged and they're not talking and they're not sitting there, throwing memes up or throwing shade, they are certainly coming to the Discord and they are paying attention to what's going on. Our daily average visitors are 77, and we don't have 77 scammers. So we're not having, this isn't, I can't wait to see what these numbers are going to look like when we actually start the E2E. So our average is 2 people posting a day. Like over the weekend, if you go back, I think we had about 6 or 8 people in there jabbering back and forth. It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. And it was just, to me, it was just kind of a taste of what things are going to look like here in the near future. So pretty surprising stats, wouldn't you say, Big Bear?
Absolutely.
Compared to the engagement. I mean, and these were just screenshots I did earlier. So yeah, I'm totally, I can't tell you how excited I am to see these numbers and everything else that we're doing. Everything is just, the gears are just about to be click in place.
Yeah, slow and steady. It's all coming together. It's like we're not rushing this thing to production. We're going to do it right. And going back on what you were talking about earlier, people that want to throw shade or FUD or et cetera, we get it. Okay, we get it. It's up to the team and the project to put something forward that's going to blow your mind. And my opinion is that that's exactly what we're going to do. So
definitely.
Stay tuned.
And CC posted. Did you post, CC? Did you post your video? I know you posted on Telegram. Did you post it on Axion's site yet?
I've done it on Discord. Axion Discord.
Okay, I saw it on Telegram. Is it on Discord too?
Yeah, I think I put it in the general chat.
Oh yeah. Okay, I scrolled up. I see it.
Yeah,
So,
just a quick short video earlier.
And so we're going to be doing a lot more of these. We're going to be doing some tutorial videos. So, everything like SIVA, we're going to have a tutorial video, a live motion tutorial video where you can see it happening as we're explaining how to do that process. Same thing with our engagement campaigns. Really important to me. I mean, one of the struggles I had when I first came into DeFi was literally like trying to figure out where to go and what to do and how to do what I'm getting excited about doing. And luckily with us, in the heyday, we had a half a dozen people that were ready to walk anybody through and explain it to anybody. And I know we'll get there too. And Ripu, hey, there's an OG for you, man. Hey, Ripu just posted over on Discord. He says, "Yep, I'm here but silent." So thanks, Ripu. I appreciate you being there. And yeah, I think we have far more, and that's where I think once we start to see that engagement, I think a lot of people are going to have something to say, and they're going to want to be a part of that conversation. I'm looking forward to that. So we're down to our sneak peek. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Let's kind of reset the stream a little bit. Big Bear, CC, anything you want to share, anything you want to add, whether it pertains to this or anything else, the market in general. Like Big Bear, I know we're kind of freaking out a little bit about the market in general right now, and we saw a bear trap, and then we saw a bull trap. So what do we have now?
Well, I mean, from a general standpoint, if you're just focusing on Bitcoin, it's I was called a big bounce at 112, and that's exactly what we got. We went up to 116, and like I wrote to you, we were chatting about it, and I said, if we get some follow through after this pump, then it's the real deal. But if there's no follow through, then it's just going to be a bull trap, and it's exactly what it's turned into. I have to go check after the stream, but I'm seeing some chatter come across on some amount of notifications off of X that maybe the Fed is not going to lower interest rates come September. So I don't know. I have some following up to do on that to figure out, but that could be why we're seeing a bit of a sell-off on Bitcoin today.
And yet the interest in ETH is like astronomical right now.
Well, yeah, you have like literally, $2 to $3 billion worth of Bitcoin's been sold off and rotated into Ethereum. Some through spot and some through leveraged, low leverage positions. I think like 2x or 3x or something like that. So, I get to follow the whales. They sort of really do telegraph what's up and coming. But as far as market sentiment in general, this cycle is very different. And I've said it before on streams, and I've said it before privately when we've chatted. This cycle is very, very different. It was too much hype too early through the ETFs getting approved and BlackRock stepping in, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I really think we're destined for somewhat of a super cycle, which will take us through next year and could take us into second quarter of 2027 as well. So
yeah, and that's kind of how I feel.
And that's why I'm not worried about launch deadlines. Like, that it was a soft target, and we're just going to make sure we have all the T's crossed and I's dotted before we release the Kraken.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. CC, so at this point, I'm gonna go. We're gonna do a little bit of a teaser, and then I'm gonna pretty much write us out. This has been it's been a great opportunity to share some of this stuff with everybody, and I'm really stoked to see our numbers and our visitors right now, and I know we're gonna get a lot more views after the fact. So. CC, anything you'd like to throw in? I before I do that, I do want to say, so Dave was going to be with us. He's on the Mastermind Council as well. He's not feeling well. He might be watching this, and I wish I had said this at the very beginning, but Dave wasn't able to be with us, or he'd be here. But CC, any thoughts pressing that you want to kind of?
Well, yeah, number one, wish Dave well, and just really touching base on what you two just mentioned, guys. you've got to understand that you've got meme coins out there that you've probably put thousands in, and they've rugged you in a day, and the team's disappeared, and that's it. You've lost your money. You've forgotten it, and you've moved on. Axion's been here over 4 years. It's a completely different team at the moment. And if you really knew what James, Big Bear, myself, T. Deli, Jubbin, all the other guys behind the scenes, sorry if I ain't mentioned any names, in this last year, even down to legislations, James meeting other people and stuff. Yeah, you got to understand that we're trying to give you guys. We're all investors at the end of the day. We all want to make money, but at the same time, you want to be in a project that's safe. Now, Axion could have disappeared 2 years ago and said, "Oh, well, that's it," and no one bothered with it. But no, James picked up the reins on this, yeah, and it really does wind me up when I see hate just coming into a comment when you probably haven't even followed the last year, followed none of these live streams. And so my advice is this, not financial, but you guys that believe in Axion, stay. For you haters out there, just leave. That's it. Go and other projects. End of story. Instead of coming in here and hating on it, They're doing a fantastic job. And I'm here, Big Bear's here, and that is it, So no more hate with James Metal. He's doing a fantastic job, right?
Absolutely. There's one more thing I want to.
It's 10 p.m. for me as well, and my throat is sore. I'm here. I've turned up for the live stream, yeah. And yes, none of us want this crap from you other guys out there to just come in and, you're idiots basically.
Well,
one more thing I want to say. Okay. For anybody that's been with Axion through the glory days and through the messy days, I will say one thing. Everybody that's been a part of the project for, say, the last 3 to 4 years has seen what our developer, T.Deli, can do. He knows how to code, and he puts up a beautiful UI, and his contracts are solid. What really got me fired up today was I was in team chat, and I saw him post, "This is quite possibly the best code I've ever written." That gets me fired up because I've seen what he's done in the past. And for me, that solidifies his track record. Okay. And he is jazzed up about what he's doing right now. He is like fully committed. He's fired up. He's posting screenshots and he's on it. And for him to make that statement that he thinks this is the best code that he's ever written, and that code is being written for Axion, I rest my case.
Amen. Absolutely.
Amen.
Yeah. I mean, what more can I say at this point?
I'll second that. Yeah. Absolutely awesome.
Well, yeah, this has been, thank you for all you guys for hanging out, helping us with this presentation, participating in it. I'm gonna give like 2 minutes for any questions. Maybe not even that, because we really haven't seen any questions. I think a lot of people that are here have been. Oh, that's what I was going to say. When we get these negative comments and we get these, they're very short-sighted. They're very uneducated, because if that same person was to really dig into our documents at support.axiondao.com, if you were to really spend some time reading through those documents and seeing everything that's happening, everything that we're doing, you wouldn't come in and say that. You wouldn't. It's almost embarrassing when people come in with that level of FUD, because they haven't even taken 5 seconds to take a look at an announcement or to review all the stuff that's gone into getting us where we are today over the last year. So those that do come in and have positive comments, who do say, "Hey, I read the document. I've got a couple this weekend. Hey, I read the documents. Wow, this looks legit. This looks like a really exciting opportunity." Those are the comments that really feed us and keep us motivated, keep us kind of feeling that vibe and wanting to do better. So, which is why we just don't have room for the negative anymore. We do have a limited role. That just makes it so you can't post anymore. We don't want to kick people completely out of the server unless we absolutely have to. The limited role means that they can still see updates, they can still see announcements, and if they have questions, they can come interact. And if they have a change of heart, they can come in, open up a ticket, and say, "Hey, you know what? I get it now. I get it now, and I want to be more of a support." We will lift that limited role immediately. So there's only a few people on that limited role right now.
Just quickly chime in on that. See, guys, how nice James is. Because if I could ban you can ban for life. That's it. I wouldn't take those. End off. See how nice he is. He would still give you the role that you could do a ticket and say, "All right, okay, I was wrong." No, me, I'd be like, instant ban. Don't need you here. That's it. So
well,
got that. CC's going scorched earth.
No, in this day and age, you don't exactly what James said. His time and effort and what they're building here at the moment. Come on, we haven't got time to listen to some of you silly little children out there. Let's just say, because you haven't spent the time to realise what's going on. So anyway, enough of all that. We've gave too much to what I call the fudsters. Come on, let's do this tease, James.
Yep. So I'm going to show you a few sneak peeks. And do you guys want to play out with the rocket, or do you want to play out with the 50K?
50K.
Okay.
Yeah, 50K.
I hope I can hear it this time.
So I'm going to go ahead. So as we've been, where's my mouse? Okay, there. So here's a little sneak peek at the DApp. This is not going to be over the top. It's just going to be a few screenshots just to kind of get some vibes going. So this shows our governance, what our governments. Now some of these might change because we've had some suggestions and we've had some questions, and we're going to be looking at a few different things that we can do to even clean it up a little bit more. But this is kind of looking like this is what governance will look like, where you can come in and view active proposals, past proposals, you can create proposals. And we are very serious about making it so that even someone who, now there's going to be a requirement if you're going to post a proposal that we see that you are actually invested in Axion to a certain level. So you can't just go buy one Axion and stake it and then do a proposal. No, we want to make sure that anyone who is making a proposal in the future is a serious holder of the token and is a true supporter of the DAO. But the next screenshot, which I'll spend just a little bit of time now, you guys can pause it, you can review it, you can come back, but this is just kind of a taste of what the new accelerator and some of the gamification that we're looking to do to keep people coming back on a regular basis and have rewards and have different processes that there's some value to you participating. But ultimately, it's the accelerator is one of its primary purposes is tripping over my own tongue. One of its primary purposes will be to accelerate our liquidity. So there's going to be things that you can earn and things that you can be rewarded for by participating in our liquidity. There's a couple of other projects out there that have done something similar, and they saw tremendous growth in their liquidity. And that's really what we want to get people participating in on every aspect of the DAO. So this is kind of a look at what we're going to be doing with our accelerator in the near future. We're going to have an academy. We're going to have different ways that you can engage and participate in the gamification that a lot of people still love. I'm not a degen. In fact, Big Bear to tell you he's really not a degen. And luckily we have a couple T-gens on the team. They'll give us some balance. And we're looking at capitalizing both on the TradFi people that are going to be coming in and participating in the DAO so that they can participate in token launches and project launches. But we also want to have a gamification side and a gamification aspect to this. There's some other screenshots that I wasn't able to get in and do. Once you've actually connected your wallet and you start to mint some of these engineers, and I don't want to get too much farther into it from there, but when we say the foundation is set, it is. We're building on a very, very firm foundation right now, and we're doing everything to bring some real value to those OGs that have hung in forever, and complete with the claiming process and the way that you're going to be able to capitalize on your interest and everything else. So I actually need to, the fastest way to do this is going to be come up here. Okay. And with that, if I can find the other, I'm like doing 5 things at a time here on our back end. Okay. So hopefully everybody can hear this. This is going to play us out. Appreciate everybody attending and hanging out. Please do me a favor, on X, in YouTube, go in, throw some comments in there, grab these links, share them on your socials. It's time to get excited. It's time to kind of revitalize that confidence you once had in everything that Axion was doing, and take that confidence that we're going to execute these things as we have promised, and go out and share it on X, share it on YouTube, share it on, I don't know, TikTok. I don't know how to do that yet, but these are the things that are really going to help us get this message out. And as soon as we have this video up and ready, the video for this soundtrack, we'll be sharing it with the community. But in the meantime, guys, have an awesome week. Thanks for joining us. This has been our weekly update, and we might have a follow up on Thursday. I'm not sure yet, but we'll give it a shot. So, cheers, everybody.
Axion DAO in the cloud with the crowd in the frenzy. Pound in the ground, engine sound like a Benz G. Income islands are rising, the skylines lit. Rocket climb like a rhyme when the lines all hit. Doing D5 better, together, forever. Meta rides more like leather than pleather. Migration to base, the flight plans drawn. The future is now, yeah, the mic stays on. Got a 50K giveaway, big today. Don't faint from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better, together we stay. We're just getting started, hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO, those engines lit. Migration to base, the perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion DAO, 50K giveaway. Fast lane frame, with the game in the gearbox. Meta rides heat, make the street lights teardrop. Code mode load like a rhyme in the riddle. Every chain link thick has the bass in the middle. Moon zoom boom when the room gets louder. Axion strong like 4 bars from your router. We don't just chase, we replace that pace. Got the bass so laced they can't trace our race. Got a 50K giveaway, big today. Don't faint from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better, together we stay. We're just getting started, hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO, those engines lit. Migration to base, the perfect fit. Future of crypto in a brand new way. Axion DAO, 50K giveaway. Fuel in the fuse when the boosters ignite. Income island, they rockets take flight. Octane flame, every launch stays vital. 50K flip, got the grip on the title. Meta rides drift with the lift on lock. Every tick-tock click, push the rocket clock. This is next gen flex on the ledger page. Axion DAO, future set center stage. Got a 50K giveaway, big today. Don't fake from the news, man, you okay? Doing D5 better, together we stay. We're just getting started, hear the crowd say, hey, Axion DAO, those engines lit. Migration to base, the perfect fit. Future of crypto
Everybody have a good week, and we will see you soon. Come hang out with us on Discord.
Peace.
That
We
is
ready
not
to
supposed to lose. All right, guys. Have a good week.
Take care, all.
We'll see
Take
you
care,
soon.
all.
Cheers.
Ciao.